They said his plane would never make it. They said it was outdated, too slow, too fragile for the modern battlefield. Experts mocked it, analysts dismissed it, and crowds online laughed at the idea that this machine, this forgotten relic, could survive even a single engagement in the skies. But everything changed the moment the world saw what really happened up there. This is the story of the pilot they doubted, the plane they underestimated, and the unbelievable moment when a miracle of skill and courage outran every missile that was fired at it. Imagine a cold morning, a sky so pale it almost looked metallic, and a lone pilot preparing for a mission that nobody believed he could complete. The technicians whispered behind his back, "Why is he flying that thing?" One asked. The plane was supposed to be retired 10 years ago, another sighed. Even the air defense teams didn't expect he would return, but the pilot didn't care about opinions. He cared about one thing: responsibility. Because when his squadron needed someone to step up, he didn't look at the odds, he looked at the mission. He walked toward the aircraft with the kind of quiet confidence that only comes from years of flying with nothing but instinct, adrenaline, and pure belief. The cockpit glass was scratched. The fuselage had marks from old battles. The engines groaned like they remembered every mission before this one. But the plane had history. It had survived storms, conflicts, and situations no more machine should survive. It had earned scars like medals, and today, it was about to earn the biggest one of all. As he climbed inside and the canopy locked shut, everything around him faded: the noise, the doubts, the comments, the fear. All he heard was the hum of the engine and the pounding of his own heartbeat. And with one push of the throttle, the forgotten aircraft came back to life, roaring down the runway like a beast awakened. The sky opened in front of him as he lifted off, cutting through the clouds like a blade through water. On the ground, the skeptics folded their arms, waiting for the moment they thought was inevitable: failure. But instead of struggling, the plane soared with a grace that shocked everyone watching the radar screens. It was as if the aircraft knew it had something to prove. Minutes later, the first threat appeared: a hostile radar lock. A missile launched. The alert screamed inside the cockpit. Any normal pilot would have panicked. Any modern aircraft would have relied on expensive systems to evade. But this pilot had something else: experience. He didn't react with fear. He reacted with precision. He chewed the throttle for one split second, enough to throw off the missile's trajectory, then rode the aircraft into a maneuver so sharp the ground controllers thought radar had malfunctioned. But no, it was real. He had dodged the first missile not with technology, but with instinct. Then came missile 2, then 3, then 4. A swarm of them sliced through the sky like angry comets, and the entire base went silent. People leaned toward the screens. The commander held his breath. Even rifle forces tracking the chase were stunned by what they were seeing. The plane dove so close to the mountains that dust exploded behind it. It climbed so sharply that the wings screamed under the pressure. Every move was a heartbeat away from disaster. But every move had purpose, and every missile that tried to end the flight was outsmarted by a maneuver no one believed the aircraft could still perform. He wasn't just avoiding missiles, he was dancing around them. The pilot pushed the aircraft to speeds it was never designed to reach, banking through the clouds like a ghost no more missile could touch. And then, against every prediction, the impossible moment happened. The missiles began losing him. One by one, their trails faded as they missed their target by inches, then by meters, then by entire miles. Down below, silence filled the control room. People stared. Someone whispered, "This isn't possible." But it was happening, right in front of them. The plane they mocked, the pilot they doubted, was Outran technology meant to destroy the fastest machines in the world. The final missile streaked behind him like a burning spear, chasing him into the clouds. Everyone thought this would be the one to hit. Even the commander closed his eyes. But the pilot didn't hesitate. He turned off his radar screen. He turned off everything except his instincts. Because when a machine reaches its limit, sometimes only a human mind can take it further. He tilted the aircraft into a downward spiral so fast that the wind screamed like a storm around him. Gravity crushed him into the seat. Vision blurred, but he pushed forward, trusting the plane with his life. At the last possible second, he pulled up so close to the ground the dust exploded like a shockwave. The missile followed the spiral, but it couldn't make the sudden climb. It smashed into the ground, detonating in a burst of fire behind him. The sky went silent. The chase was over, and the pilot emerged from the smoke, steady, calm, victorious. He did what everyone said was impossible. He outran every missile. When he radioed back to base, his voice was steady. "Mission complete." He sighed, returning home. But his squadron didn't respond right away. They were speechless. When he finally landed, the entire base was standing outside, staring in disbelief. Technicians who had doubted the plane touched its wings like it was sacred. Officers who questioned the pilot saluted him with respect. Even rival nations monitoring the event couldn't deny it. They had just witnessed something legendary, and the world began talking. Social media exploded with clips, animations, analyses. Experts rewatched the rider footage frame by frame. They tried to explain the physics, the maneuvers, the timing. But some things don't need explanation. Some things are simply moments in history, moments that change how people think about courage, skill, and the machines that become legends. The pilot didn't become a hero because his plane was powerful. He became a hero because he believed in a machine no one else believed in. Because he trusted his instincts more than technology. Because when everything said he should fail, he proved that the human spirit can push beyond limits. And his aircraft, it earned a new name, the Ghost of the Sky. Because missiles could chase it, but none could catch it. And as his story spread, one line became a legend across the world. They doubted his plane until it outran every missile. And if you want to hear more stories like the stories of courage, legends, forgotten machines, and moments that shocked the world, then don't just leave this video. Join this journey. This is where impossible stories come alive. This is where legends take flight. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss the next unbelievable mission that will leave you speechless. Because today's story ends with one unforgettable line. They doubted his plane until it outran every missile.